40 laps to go here at Michigan. Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. New Fuel Max tires help you have a winning fuel strategy. Denny Hamlin going around Paul Menard, putting him a lap down. Menard right now being scored in the 24th position. And we remind you fans, go to NASCAR.com/TNT Million. You could win up to $1 million. You pick the top 10 drivers from any of the races over the course of the next 5 weeks. And you have to pick the top 10 drivers in their correct running order. If you do so, you can win up to $1 million. And just by going to NASCAR.com and playing, one lucky fan will receive $1,000 each week. The 5 of Mark Martin on pit road. He won this race 1 year ago after starting 32nd. 5 times Martin has won here at Michigan. Jimmy Johnson, a driver who has never won here at Michigan. And we go through the field from 12th on back. Marty, we haven't talked a lot about Jimmy Johnson today.
No, and you know what? Actually, I think they're okay with that, to be honest with you, Adam. I talked to Jimmy Johnson about his Pocono weekend. He said, listen, right now what we need to focus on, nice top 10 finishes. We don't need to be worried about getting wins, get ourselves into the chase. That's when we can get our wins. We need to get back on our feet after our May debacle. But Jimmy right now, so the car loose for him. He said it's way too much positive steering wheel behind him. Kyle Busch right there, you see him just passing him. Kyle said his car way too loose. Obviously that was the case when he hit the wall a moment ago. Clint Boyer has come to life. What they did, guys, they added a packer to the right front shock, and the car really worked after that. The car a little bit too tight right now, but they've made their way back up to 13th place, Matt.
Marty, 62 laps to go on Pablo Montoya's running 4th, but they have progressively gotten worse and worse. The car just way too tight. His last week, he scored a top 10 finish. His first since Darlington. It looked like things were back on a roll, but they've been fighting an ill-handling car, Marty, much of this race.
Last we saw Matt Kenseth, who was sitting on pit road with the car steaming out some water. No mention of the water since then. They did pull a piece of tape off the front grille, and as chassis-wise, the car has been very loose for Kenseth for most of the day since that first run, Matt.
Marty, from the drop of the green flag, our championship point leader, Kevin Harvick, has been fighting a tight race car. They have made a number of adjustments every single stop. Just can't quite hit on it. It's like just being on a razor blade. The car now just sliding loose, but also pushing tight. Air pressure, Ralph, and track bar adjustment didn't help the last stop.
David Rudiman in car 00 is running in 17th place right now. I talked to him earlier today. He wasn't feeling too good about his fuel mileage. And to make matters worse, that car has been running pretty loose all afternoon. He's been fighting to try to find the balance on that car as well. Now, earlier in the week, car number 47, Marcos Ambrose, who's running in 18th, had the opportunity to drive a sprint car at Fremont, Ohio with his crew chief, Frankie Kurz, a former 4-time sprint car champion with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. His car right now, maybe not as good as that sprint car was. Pretty loose in, tight in the center, and it's hitting too hard on the right front, Phil.
Ralph, A.J. Allmendinger is really complaining about his car. He said it's so horrible that I'm just about to bust my tail out here. He's trying to get his first top 10-15 finish here at Michigan in his 6th start. The one car, Jamie McMurray, said this is probably the best the car's ever been. He is finally now able to pick up some places on the racetrack. He's not been able to pass anybody. He's been going the wrong direction. But Larry, now he's going forward.
Well, I'm going to go forward, too, and I'm going to go to a car that's running up in the 6th position right now, Tony Stewart in his 14 car. He started back in the 15th position, and if you remember, his crew chief, Darian Grubb, on that first caution at lap 18 elected to go with 2 tires. But, guys, this car has stayed up in the top 10 all day long. You go back to Pocono, he finished 3rd. To Dover a few weeks ago, he finished 9th. I talked to Darian Grubb, his crew chief, and the big thing they've been having to work on over the last couple of months since we went to that rear spoiler is their car has not been very good in traffic. They feel like they have zeroed in some things. Maybe Smoke is about to start that summer stretch of good runs that he normally does every single year.
33 of Tony Stewart's 37 career wins have come from June on. And as you saw while Larry was talking, the solid effort for Tony Stewart today has him inside the top 12 in points. Mark Martin has dropped from 11th to 13th. Denny Hamlin is the race leader.
You're watching NASCAR on TNT.
And make sure you race out to see our new movie, Grown Ups. Did you really just say that? Yeah, because it's funny.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say that we'll see him in the winner's circle on June 25th.
Okay, you know, I'm going to put him into the wall.
Let's take an inside look at what's happening now in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint and Evo 4G, America's first 4G phone. Biggest mover today, Clint Boyer in a backup car, started at the rear of the field, plus 31 for him today. And our fastest speed of the race, 186 miles per hour, Kurt Busch, the pole sitter, who is currently third on track. For more NASCAR stats and live in-car audio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile and the new Evo, only from Sprint, at sprint.com/speed. 172 of 200 laps are complete. Denny Hamlin continues to lead his advantage 9.4 seconds over second place Kasey Kahne. Drivers starting to come in under green. So what is the strategy from here, Larry?
Yeah, Adam, we're within about 6 to 10 laps of what will have to be scheduled green flag stops, which will easily get these guys to the end of the race. I think you look at this 11 car, Denny Hamlin, it's a no-brainer for him with a 9-second lead. You kind of wait till everybody cycles through their green flag stops. You come in, you get 4 tires, you make sure it's full of fuel, just like this one car, McMurray, right now. But the question, as I look back in the field, is maybe some of these guys are going to try to come to pit road early, Matt Yoakum, like Kevin Harvick's doing right now.
Absolutely, Larry. Matt Harvick, one of those cars pitting early, knowing the cycle is going to open up here in about 5 to 7 laps. Harvick's car, we've documented, it's just been mean tight most of the day, just not able to get it free. Gil Martin said he was concerned about that first run, not getting up into the top 12 or so to get good track position. They've been fighting it. Air pressure change once again on the 29 this stop, Ralph.
Here comes the 31 to Jeff Burton in to make his stop. This should be his last stop of the day as well. Crew going to work on the right side. A little bit of a chassis adjustment to the left rear of the car. He's going to take 4 times of fuel, Marty.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming to a stop in the stall. Everybody kind of, their hand is forced now. They have to pit early because take early tires, you can make up some time. Junior said the car actually not bad, a little too loose. That's it, Matt.
And well, Pablo Montoya, the car too tight, just not able to get in the gas when he wants to because it just shoves the nose. Air pressure change on the 42 of Montoya.
Matt Kenseth says his car's a little too loose. They were wanting to come earlier than everybody else. They were surprised when they saw everybody else come down pit road. Matt said, don't worry about the water temperature. That's not our problem. We need to fix the chassis. They did that with air pressure and wedge for Kenseth.
You know, a lot of guys just made tire pressure adjustments on those pit stops. I mean, I think the cars are close, but I didn't see too many wedge adjustments or track bar adjustments there.
But it's almost one of those things at this point in the race, unless they get a caution and get back in the race, they don't want to take themselves out of a race. It seems like. Ralph?
Jeff Gordon is in, making his pit stop. Crew going to work on the right side of his car. He's trying to avenge the fact that he had 2 second-place finishes last year, trying to get a win. 4 tires, fuel, no chassis adjustments, Phil.
Ralph, Greg Biffle's still a little bit too loose. They're going to go down 1 round on the track bar, take a little bit of air out of the left side tires. They're talking about the weather changing. Car getting a little bit looser, Matt.
A wedge adjustment filled to work this 2 car a little bit better on exit. That's where he felt his biggest hindrance was to the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And Denny Hamlin, what a run he has had after that last pit stop. He had a 4-second lead. He more than doubled that, yarding the competition. You can see Scott Wood has already made the chassis adjustment for Hamlin. They know they've got half of a normal run to go here to the finish, and he's away.
Kasey Kahne becomes the race leader with Denny Hamlin making his pit stop. But Kahne will also have to come to pit road. He has not been there since lap 139. In fact, here he comes right now, Ralph.
He's been loose in and in the center. They're going to take a